I'm looking for the peanut butter, you guys. I can't see it in the clip. But anyway, luckily enough, I have Chef Raphael here in studio. And he's hopefully going to show us how to add peanut butter into those noodles. Karibu sana to the show.
Thank you.
It's great to have you here. And you've brought us quite a spread.
Yes.
We have all sorts of really great looking dishes right here. And I was just telling the team it's way too early to be thinking about food like this. Way too early.
But we have the cupcakes, so.
And they have icing on them. Like,
Yeah.
you're not helping our 2020 goals at all. But it's okay. We'll forgive you because the food looks good.
Yeah.
All right, Chef. Tell me about what is on this plate. This looks fantastic.
It's basically a meatball dish and with pasta. Now, pasta can either be pasta, it can also be noodles.
Yeah.
But the meatballs is bought them, we have, and then I added, when cooking, I added the peanut butter.
Into
Now
the meatballs.
Into the meatballs.
Okay, you have to walk us through that one. So how do we start?
How you start is brown your meatballs. I'm a strong believer in browning of food.
Okay.
Because browning is where flavor comes from.
All right.
So when you brown your meatballs, and then you add the onions. Yeah. When you're browning, you add a little bit of oil, and then when they are nicely browned on the outside,
Yeah.
not cooked,
Okay, just browned.
just browned around, and then add the onions, add some garlic, and then it's still continuing as you
As you go along.
and then I add the peanut butter.
Okay. So there's no tomatoes in this?
No, I didn't add tomatoes. You can add tomato ni gold.
Okay.
So you can add, now that acts as a flavoring.
Okay.
The peanut flavor.
Yeah.
That's the flavor that you want for your meatballs.
Yeah.
And also the sauce becomes thick because of
Right.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, when you were molding the meatballs, did you mold them yourself? Do you mix anything in them?
This was store bought. I bought them as
Okay.
meatballs.
Okay.
But when I was buying them, I was looking what do they have in,
Right.
because sometimes it's better just to buy your own minced meat
and then
and
do it
then take
yourself.
control of what is
Yeah, you
inside.
can
So when
control the salts and-
So when I was buying this, I made a point of asking
Okay.
what's in it.
Okay.
So it was
Typically, would you flavor them with anything?
yeah, you can add some chopped onion or garlic.
Oh, okay.
You
Into the meatball
yes,
as you're molding
some
it?
salt.
Okay.
You can add some herbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, depending on what flavor.
Okay.
You can also add ginger, for example. If you
Right.
want ginger flavor,
Yeah.
add chopped ginger into it.
So literally, all you have
And
in
then
here.
mold it. Molding is
in-
the trick. Now, when you're molding,
Okay.
it have to be firm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it needs to be firm so it doesn't
Yes.
break apart while you're cooking it.
Yes, there's because I usually do this on my YouTube channel, so
Yeah.
I usually show you how to do it.
Okay.
Some time back, I've done one for meatballs.
Okay.
The trick is make them compact so that as you're browning them,
It
and
doesn't-
again, that is the trick
Yeah.
when you're cooking meatballs. Brown it first because it
So we
tends-
don't make the food swim. Don't chemsha it and
don't
just
chemsha, because when you chemsha, especially something like meatballs, they will break. They might tend to break apart.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you brown them,
you'll just have a mint sauce
yes.
otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay. So literally all you've done in here is, so you said you first started with browning the meatballs.
Yes.
Then when they're nice and brown, not cooked but browned,
Yes.
you added in onions
Yeah.
Then-
Onions, you also want them to start browning.
to brown a bit with
yeah,
the mix.
with the
Maybe some
while
garlic.
the meatball is continuing to
Sure,
brown.
sure.
And then the garlic, I would say you add garlic a little bit later,
Right, so that it
because
doesn't-
garlic tends to either burn, especially burn before the food is cooked.
Yeah.
So you add them a little bit later, and also if you want more flavor from garlic, you add them still a little bit later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you added your peanut butter. To get it this saucy, do you,
You
add water?
You add water first, because sometimes, depending on the pan or pot you're using, it may tend to stick.
Okay.
So you add water to deglaze. It's called deglazing, where
Yeah.
you're removing whatever may have been stuck
Yeah.
on a sufuria
Hiyo
or
sasa
pan.
ni utamu, si ndio?
Hii ndio utamu, hapo ndio hapo. Hapo ndio kila kitu.
Uh-huh.
And then you add, when it's still a little bit of water, you add the peanut butter.
Okay.
If you want tomatoes or tomato paste, that can also work
Okay.
before the peanut butter.
Okay.
And then the peanut butter now, melts into the
Right.
yeah, and then you add water, cover it, let it simmer. This actually, when you're making this, it will take about, actually, I'll cook it in 10 minutes.
Wow. So it's very fast.
It's very fast because, like I said, when you're using a peanut butter, and I love the Blue Band peanut butter because the flavor is also good.
Okay.
See,
Yeah, it's important to have a good flavor.
yes,
peanut
see,
butter.
I always tell people you need to understand what you want to achieve. And that is determined by the ingredients you use.
I like that. And honestly, I feel like so many of us don't think about it that way. And maybe that's the difference between chefs and, home cooks. Because sometimes we don't think about, like, how do I want this to taste in the end? Like, we
Yes.
just think, maybe I need to add some thyme. Maybe I need to add oregano. So we just jazzer the
Yes,
pan
and
with
then
all
I
sorts of
always
things.
compare it this way. I think this is the best way to just describe it. Especially for ladies, when I'm doing cooking classes, I especially bring this point out. When you're deciding to go somewhere, like yourself here, you're here. When you decide which earrings, which dress, which shoe, which handbag, you literally have to think,
Yeah.
before, even probably the night before you're going this place. So that's the same thing when you're coming to cooking.
Interesting.
What is the end look you want for your food?
Because I will tell you if
What-
you need to add more of a certain herb because you
Yes.
want it to taste like a ginger something or
Yes.
a thyme.
Yes.
Good point there.
Yeah.
Okay, so after you've added the water and the peanut butter, it's melted into this yummy goodness.
Yeah.
I see you have, these are, what are these? You have
peppers,
bell peppers,
and
red
carrots.
and green ones, and carrots.
Yes. So those ones are specifically for color, for the food, and also for the vegetable
Element,
element of the dish.
yeah.
And for this, my trick is, now you can add them together into the sauce raw, but I found it's better to fry them separately
Really?
on a high heat. You get them browned, or actually dark, and start charring. High heat.
Yeah.
We're using, at that point, probably we're using the canola oil.
Yeah.
Canola oil is good because it has a high smoke point.
Okay.
So you really want to crank up the heat to the
Okay.
highest.
Okay.
And when the oil is smoking, you add the peppers.
Okay.
What will happen is that they will start browning,
Okay.
and then you add salt and pepper to the peppers, to the vegetables.
Yeah.
So they'll start browning and cooking, and then I'll introduce them
Later on
yes,
into
yes.
the dish.
They already have flavor from the browning and the salt and whatever you've added.
So this browning thing is very important.
Yeah, that's where flavor comes
Yeah.
from, and it's, if you just add, like, if we started cooking the onions, added the meat, even without browning, and then added the peanut, and then the food will not even look appealing. It's the browning that literally,
Okay.
yeah. And even the veggies, if we add them while raw, you can't still do that, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
it's not the same flavor
yeah, it's
payoff.
yeah, the same, yeah.
Okay.
And then when you let them simmer for a few minutes into the peanut sauce, now
Right.
everything comes together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So very quick and easy dish then, clearly, for
yeah.
one to make at home.
And then you can serve
you
it
know.
with rice or pasta.
That's true. Oh, I'd love that with some rice.
Yes, yeah. I chose pasta because, especially
good
with
too.
kids,
Yeah.
this is
Easy,
perfect.
quick lunch.
Yes.
Yeah, and you get, you have your proteins in there, you
Yeah.
have some healthy fats too, you
Yeah.
have your veggies,
Yeah.
and of course your carbs. And so, a pretty balanced meal right there
Yeah.
that you can whip up in a few minutes and have it taste really nice and dynamic.
Yeah.
So that tuachane na hizo pasta zani kukatakata tu sausage na kuweka na tomato sauce. You know those people who do that? Peana watoi chakula poa.
Chakula inakaa poa na sio ngumu kutengeneza.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you also have, I'm gonna go around. So we should have started with the salads, but this was smelling way too good. I got distracted.
Yeah.
But let's see what we have there.
We
What
have
is that?
a potato salad. I call it, actually, it's potato and bacon salad.
Ooh,
It's
you're
simple.
not helping our 2020 goal.
Well, sometimes what I would say when it comes to any goals you may have, or when it comes to food, whatever goes wrong is when you're overdoing something.
That's right.
If you overdo whatever you are doing, it will tend to go bad.
Absolutely.
And also it depends on what you're using. For example, the ingredients, go back to the ingredients. Some, when you talk of fats, there are some good fats,
Yes.
some not so good.
Yeah.
So depending on the ingredients, which includes, like, let's say that one I use the mayonnaise.
Okay.
First of all, the mayonnaise is fortified. It has omega-3 and 6.
Okay.
So it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
It gives you some added nutrients.
Yes, some added nutrients. You don't overdo it. And then, of course, if you're having a potato salad once in a week,
Yeah.
it's
So
a good.
it's a once in a while thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just the temptation is so strong, my friend. So
Yeah,
strong.
well,
But anyway.
yeah.
Tell me about what we have in this potato salad.
It
So
has-
you've said potatoes, bacon.
Yeah.
How do you go about putting this dish together?
You first boil the potatoes in salty water.
What type of potatoes do you use? Does it matter?
The red-skinned potatoes, especially, and I'm saying that from the Kenyan context.
Yeah.
Those ones you rarely go wrong with them.
They're called
Alika, there's alika, but there's also any red-skinned
Okay.
potato. Generally speaking, white-skinned sometimes now becomes very technical.
Sure.
Some are good, some are not so good.
Okay. So the red skin would be a good way to go.
Yeah. I usually
Okay.
go and clean them. I haven't peeled them.
Yeah.
That's another thing. When you peel them, especially when you boil them, and you don't want to overboil them so that they break down. The
Right.
skin tends to hold the potato together, and the skin is healthy.
Okay. Yeah.
We usually chuck the skin, and
Yeah. I always bake it with the skin
yeah,
too.
so skin is healthy. So boil it in salty water. So until it's firm, and then cool it. Bacon, I've already cooked it on the side until it's crispy.
Just regular bacon.
Just regular bacon
Okay.
until it's crispy, or not, depends.
Your taste and
yeah,
your
yeah,
preference.
and then add it, and then I've added spring onions, some black pepper, and because the potato already has salt from the boiling,
Right.
I don't need to add any more salt.
Okay. And that's it.
And that's it. And then the mayonnaise,
Nice.
and then when it's cold, it's
the
perfect.
best.
It's really good.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a great one too.
Yeah.
You have a beautiful looking salad here. I can see, are these pineapples?
Yes.
So what's in here? Lettuce, I see bell peppers, some cherry tomatoes, and then pineapple. And
Yes.
some carrot strips as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so very basic. A
Yeah.
nice, hearty vegetables as well. But you've made a special dressing for it too.
Yeah, the dressing, and I came with this specifically because I wanted to show people it's how easy it is to make a dressing.
Right.
You may have a container like this at home, or it can be, let's say, when the mayonnaise is finished,
Yeah.
you clean it and then you repurpose the container. All you need to do is add, like, you see the bottom part is vinegar.
Which type of vinegar? White?
This case I used whatever I had in the house was apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
It can be white vinegar, it can be red wine vinegar, it can be
Balsamic, could you use balsamic?
balsamic. Is different. I
Okay.
usually like balsamic is a different type of vinegar, and it goes well with tomato
Okay.
dishes.
Okay.
I will not put balsamic in
On
this.
this one.
You can, but it's black.
Okay. Yeah, it will change a
It
few
will
things.
change a few things.
Okay, so just another type of vinegar.
Yeah,
What else do we have in here?
and then I use the canola oil.
Canola oil.
One thing about a canola oil is good because even when you put it in the fridge, it won't solidify.
Oh, okay.
Like, because when you make a dressing, you can make a lot. Like
Yeah.
that's why I was using this, or in this. So you have 1 part vinegar and 3 parts oil.
1 part vinegar, 3 parts oil. Got it.
So add salt, pepper. I've added oregano in this,
Okay.
and then just mix it. And then when you want to use it, shake
it
it. Now it's
Oh,
see,
it looks nice and
it's
creamy too.
yeah, emulsified. So the trick about a salad is you don't dress it in advance. If you're going to make it, have the dressing on the side. If you're going
Okay.
to carry it for lunch,
Yeah, figure
Dress-
out a way to pack the dressing.
yes, put in a container, a plastic container or something, and then the dressing on the side.
Okay.
And then for the salad, I used, again, simple ingredients. It can be, again, still, what do you want? What's the end game? Do you want apples in it? Do you want mangoes in it? Do you want just, do you want sweetness in it?
Yeah.
So that's why I added pineapple.
Okay.
And then when you add the dressing, now everything comes
Comes
together.
together.
Yeah.
Lovely. And of course, you have to wrap it up with some dessert. There's
Yes.
some lovely looking cupcakes here.
Yeah.
Tell me about these.
So they are chocolate cupcakes.
Mm-hmm.
I actually used canola oil with them when baking the recipe for the cupcake.
Mm-hmm.
So you can use, they depending on the recipe you're using. Some use margarine or butter.
Okay.
But now in this case I used one with oil,
Mm-hmm.
a flavorless oil.
Mm-hmm.
And then the frosting on top, you can smell the peanut.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's
That's
peanut
butter.
butter frosting.
Wow.
So mix it with, I mixed it with blueband margarine, and then equal parts of margarine and peanut butter, some
Okay.
icing sugar.
Okay.
The amount of sugar you can adjust based on your
Based
taste,
on your preference.
and then just pipe it on top and
All
then
right.
finish it. Yeah.
Well, have a cupcake. Let's toast our cupcakes here.
Oh yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you, Chef Raphael.
You're welcome.
How can people find you?
I'm on the internet. I'm Chef Raphael on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram.
He's everywhere on the
yeah,
internet.
yeah. So
I used to watch you a lot when I was like in college, trying
and
to figure out how to make meals for myself in school.
and now
And now
you
too, yeah.
you still.
I've learned. So now I'm,
You've-
a little more
no,
independent.
yeah,
but
okay.
I'll still follow you.
That's good.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, cheers. Thank you very much for
yeah.
coming.
Yeah, welcome.
All right, guys, we're going to take a short break now as we get ready to go into our second hour of the show. And so much more coming your way, including farming for millennials, building your personal brand, and virgin mocktails. All that's coming up at the top of the hour. I'll see you soon.